Night falls heavily over the abandoned military installation, shrouded in oppressive silence. The concrete walls, covered in moss and cracks, seem to whisper ancient and dangerous secrets. The group of friends, still stunned by Mateo's disappearance, gathers in what appears to be an old meeting room. The faint light of flashlights flickers on the walls, casting grotesque and distorted shadows. "We need to find out what happened here," says Lucas, trying to stay calm while holding Camilla's hand. Priya and Arav are sitting nearby, murmuring prayers in Hindi, their voices barely audible. Emily, with Tieta curled up in her lap, looks nervously at the broken doors and windows, expecting Mateo to appear at any moment. The tension in the air is palpable. Everyone decides to sleep in shifts to ensure someone is always alert. Ethan, being one of the bravest in the group, takes the first watch. He walks through the dark corridors, the light of his flashlight revealing just enough to create more shadows. Suddenly, a metallic sound echoes from one of the corridors. Ethan approaches cautiously, his flashlight trembling in his hand. "Who's there?" he calls out, his voice echoing off the empty walls. Before he can react, the flashlight goes out. The sound of quick footsteps and a whispered laugh surrounds him. When the others finally arrive at the scene, Ethan has also disappeared, leaving only his flashlight on the ground. The group is now in panic, 2 friends gone in a single night. "We can't stay here," says Emily, her voice full of terror. "We have to get out of here and find help," agrees Julian, holding Emily's hand tightly. "But where do we go?" "There's no sign of life around here," argues Sophia, tears streaming down her face. Lucas tries to calm everyone down. "We need to stay organized and keep our heads. We'll stay together and find a way out in the morning." They gather again in the meeting room, blocking the door with old furniture. The sound of the wind howling through broken windows and the occasional sound of distant footsteps keep everyone on edge. Emily finds an old diary in a drawer. The pages are yellowed with age but still legible. "Listen to this," she says, reading aloud. "Experiments initiated. We don't know what might happen if we lose control." That explains why this place was abandoned," says Arav, trying to understand the context. "But what kind of experiments?" As the night progresses, the group tries to sleep, but it's difficult. Every little sound makes them jump. A sudden knock on the door makes everyone jump up. Holding improvised weapons, they cautiously approach. The door slowly creaks open. In the hallway, a muffled sound of heavy footsteps approaches. The tension is unbearable. Suddenly, a figure steps into the flashlight's beam. An unknown man with a desperate expression on his face. You need to get out of here." "They are coming," he whispers, before collapsing in front of them. The sight of this mysterious man and the imminent threat fills the group with dread. What does this new discovery mean? Who are they? Is the group closer to the truth or a new nightmare? While everyone tries to process the words of the fainted man, a sharp sound cuts through the air. It's Tieta, the small pincher, who starts barking furiously, the hair on her neck standing up. Her barks echo through the corridors, increasing the tension. "Tieta, what is it?" Emily asks, trying to calm the dog, but Tieta seems possessed by a primal fear. Suddenly, she breaks free from Emily's arms and runs into the darkness, barking desperately. "No, Tieta!" Emily shouts, running after her dog. The friends hesitate, but panic quickly sets in. They know if they separate, they may never find each other again. Lucas tries to reason. "Emily, come back! We can't separate!" But it's too late. Emily disappears into the darkness, following the barks that echo further and further away. The installation seems to come alive, each shadow moving, each sound amplified by fear. "What do we do now?" Julian asks, his voice trembling. "We need to go after her," Liam responds, determined not to leave Emily and Tieta alone. The group quickly gathers, but the despair is palpable. Each corridor feels like an endless maze, each open door a black mouth ready to swallow anyone who dares to enter. The walls seem to whisper secrets of agony and despair. As they advance, Tieta's barks grow fainter until they finally cease, leaving a deadly silence in the air. Emily also doesn't respond to her friends' frantic calls. The darkness around them feels thicker, almost tangible. "We're lost," murmurs Sophia, her eyes wide with fear. A sudden sound of something metallic falling echoes behind them, making everyone jump. Fear turns into uncontrollable panic, and for a moment, everyone is paralyzed, not knowing where to run or what to do. In the midst of the chaos, a new door opens automatically. revealing a staircase descending to an even deeper level of the installation. The decision to move forward or try to escape this nightmare seems impossible, but the voice of the unknown man echoes in their minds. They are coming. With despair taking hold, the group needs to make a quick decision, knowing that any move could be their last.